package. It's a package that gets you all the legal documents and everything you need in case something happens to parents of minor children.
Okay.
And the reason this is important is it's something that almost no parents do, but every parent should. You know, parents will spend thousands of dollars on strollers and all kinds of things, car seats, and all of those things are important. But for less than that, you can get the legal protection so that if something happens to mom and dad, those kids don't have to go with police officers into the court system, into child protective services. And even if aunt and uncle or grandpa and grandma are available, they can't always act fast enough if they don't have the right legal documents. A judge still has to appoint a guardian if we haven't taken steps ahead of time to make sure that those kids are taken care of. That's what our family protection plans are all about.
Okay, that gives kind of a broad brush stroke. Could you be a little more specific? Like, for instance, what types of things does this say, you need to put this down, you need to make people aware? Sure.
Well, first of all, we're going to throw in some basic documents that everybody kind of needs, so like a will for mom and dad.
Sure.
But we're also going to throw in a nomination of guardian, both temporary and long-term guardianship nominations for minor children. Because here's the scenario. Mom and dad, you're out at dinner, you're having a nice night out, kids are home with a 14-year-old babysitter, everything's fine, but for some reason, mom and dad don't make it home.
Right.
You know, maybe they're still alive, maybe they just are in the hospital, maybe something worse happened, but the police show up. Well, kids can't stay with the 14-year-old babysitter. Police oftentimes don't have any choice but to take those kids into custody, and they wind up in the foster system until a judge or a probate court can at some point say, yeah, it's okay that grandpa and grandma take the kids. It's okay that aunt and uncle take the kids. So, you know, this is something that sometimes maybe the 30-year-old mom and dad aren't going to be thoughtful enough to do, but it's something that grandpa and grandma, they can buy this for the family.
Mm-hmm.
They can do that. And in partnership with the Resource Center, we've done some things to make this super affordable.
Yeah.
So if you call the Resource Center at 882-1800, you can, first of all, register for any of our monthly estate planning seminars.
Sure. Yeah, you give those throughout the year.
But then we can give you some information on how you can either get for yourself or how you can gift this family protection package to a loved one.
And this truly is something that you can't do too early, but it can be too late.
It's never too early. It's often too late.
Yeah, and that's what. And the thing is that a lot of people, yes, you're talking about some of the bigger things, but it's the little nitty-gritty things that, unless you have a form or a guidepost, you don't even think about putting this down.
Even if you've got life insurance, a lot of times people do think about needing life insurance, but if you're not there, if your spouse is also injured or incapacitated or unfortunately maybe died, then you have the potential of other family members stepping in and say, oh, I want to be guardian, because if you're guardian of the kids, you're also going to be conservator of the money, and they might get in there to fight over the money. And you can solve all those problems, make sure the kids are your kids are with who you want them to be with.
Right. All right. And it is, again, never, ever too early. Again, if people want more information about this, the seminars, everything, how do they get that, Will?
Yeah, call the Resource Center, 882-1800. Email me, wworsham@color10.com.
All right. Will, thanks for being with us.
Thank you, Tom.
We'll be right back. Okay, we have a quick and easy recipe for you today, and this one you can mix up in just a few minutes. It may disappear just as quickly. It's called ranch beer cheese dip. Everything you need to know right there, okay?
Okay.
Ready? All right, let's do this. We've got 2 cups of shredded cheddar cheese.
Okay, so this is roughly about 2. Oh, it's 1
Yeah.
3/4.
We'll do the measure.
For the
and then
package.
You save a little bit extra for garnish afterwards.
It says 1 3/4.
All right,
We'll
1
just do this right
3/4.
here.
There you go. There's 2
Okay,
right
we'll
there.
do
Boom.
that.
You can add a little extra if you want to.
Let's
Never
try it
hurts.
first, and
Anyway,
then we'll see.
all
No,
right.
it doesn't
Now
matter.
we've already put a couple of 8-ounce packages of cream cheese softened. So we're going to start mixing that in. Now, to get it all going here, we're going to add about 3/4 cup of beer. Could I have that cup measure back there,
You sure
please?
can. And by the
May I?
way, just from experience, use a bowl that's big enough for the recipe. Get plenty of a big
Yeah.
bowl. Just going to throw that one
That
out
looks
there.
like about 3/4, right?
It sure does.
Now, what we're going to do here, because this is important, bartenders will tell you this all the time. You can make things a little more soupy, but if you are too soupy, you can't make it a little more solid. So while you're mixing, I'm going to pour little by little in here, so it doesn't, you want it you kind of thick and creamy. So get that mushing all around.
Okay,
all
I'm
right?
mushing. Okay, you can add a little more, I think.
All right, let's add a little more.
And I suppose you could try this with any beer you happen to have around,
Sure.
but you may try this and go, I'm going to go with more of a dark beer.
Oh, yeah.
I make a cheddar dip
Go
with
with
a
some of your
dark beer
craft
that's
beers
to die
and things
for.
like
Yeah,
that.
but this
Okay,
will be
let's-
really good. I love a beer cheese dip, a beer
Now, what
cheese
we also
soup.
want to do, excuse me for reaching in
no, go
front of
ahead.
you like that, but we have this ranch dip mix. And we're going to add that as well. All right,
The whole thing?
go ahead.
Okay, just add it dry? All right. For people who like ranch, this is probably right up your alley. I can completely relate. I'm not, some of the recipes using the dry ranch mix are really, really good.
Oh, yeah.
I like ranch dressing. I just am not one of these people to dip everything in ranch. I think ranch belongs on a salad, and that's just me. But
Mix.
when you add in the, now see, this is nice consistency too.
Yep. And what you're going to do, of course, you get this all mixed up, and then you can serve it with like some fresh veggies or some pretzels or some chips, which we have some of each.
Some of the best chips out
Want me to
there.
mix now a little bit? I know
Yeah.
you always get stuck with the mixing, and it's wearing after a while.
Well, it does.
Now, while you're doing that, I'm doing this. You're going to chop up some green onions over
I'm
there.
chopping up some green onion, and you were telling me that you think that this is really just for garnish, but you know what? I
Yeah.
vote we put a whole bunch of them in there and just mix
I
it
have
in.
no
because
problem. Put the onions in as you wish, and I'll just keep mixing right here.
I love me some green onion, and it'll give it a little color.
Yeah, and this, I mean, it actually was very easy. The thing you want to remember, though, is to make sure that that cream cheese is ready to be worked with.
Okay,
all right?
there's your garnish, but if you move it, if you want to mix it in, mix it in.
You know, the garnish is all well and good, but mixed in is just
Maybe a little bit
fine.
more.
A little more, I think. Yeah.
I think so. This is not the best cutting board in the world, but we'll manage. We will
Oh, yeah.
persevere. Okay, yeah, that looks good, and it smells really nice, too. I'm eager to try this. And you use just a regular bud.
I did this time.
Okay.
But, go with a craft beer, go with a dark, whatever you like, because you're going to flavor it the way you want to. So this is not a dip for the kids to be eating, just to let you know.
It smells good. I'm going to need
Now, you're going to need what?
either a chip or something.
Well, now what you want to do before we eat it, you want to garnish it. We didn't do the onions.
some
We
more?
mixed that in. No. Put some more cheddar cheese on top.
Oh, of
Just
course.
as a garnish. So you don't have to load it up unless you want to.
Why ever not?
This is all. Yeah.
There you go.
So there we go. There it is. And we got to get a taste of it, I guess, don't
You
we?
hand me here. I'm going to reach.
All right.
This looks good, Tom. I'm
I'm
impressed.
going to go with this. Good stuff.
It's very good.
Right.